Welcome in, Odd Shopper family. As we get ready for the weekend, we have still this July 4th week that we are hanging over here. Nice little malaise. We're going to take advantage of some nice opportunities this Thursday on the diamond. Normally, we target a little bit later in the evening, but there's a Nationals-Phillies game that we want to jump on right away. I'm Eytan, so thanks for hanging with us. Hit the thumbs up button, please, if you haven't already, and make sure you're subscribed here to the Odd Shopper community, as we have tons of new content coming out on a daily basis beyond just baseball, what's happening around the world. You never know what you could bet on, including the hot dog eating contest. So we want you subscribed. And yes, we're going to still build this bankroll here for you, courtesy of BetMGM. So don't worry, you're going to have an opportunity, although that's not going to be lasting too much longer to get in with this free bankroll. So speaking of BetMGM, let's head on over there and look at our first play. We're going to go on over to the Nationals-Phillies game. As I mentioned, this one's going to start a little bit earlier in the day. So our first play is actually yes, and you can see minus 130 is the way to go here. Why? We build this knowing that normally we try to target hitter-friendly parks, maybe some recent hitting trends. In this case, we are targeting Bailey Falter, specifically Falter first and foremost. They're starting him. He's given up a first-inning run in each of his last two starts at home. Now, he's also 0-2 with an ERA of, 4.88 on the year. But more importantly, Washington continues to have this knack for scoring early in games, and that's what we want to take advantage of. This is a healthy combination working together to pretty much ensure that Washington is going to have plenty, if not plenty, then at least one or two scoring opportunities in the first inning. So already looking at where the Nats are, despite being held scoreless for the first inning in 3 straight games, they still are the best team in baseball when it comes to runs per first inning. Their average on the road with a .72 number. That's pretty good. Averaging .72 runs per first inning on the road, even still being held scoreless for 3 straight games. And again, Washington is right there at the top of that list. So the matchup against Falter now appears to be a bonus, right? Washington's not starting anybody any better here. Adone may have one more win on the year over Falter, but this is a terrible record. 1-11. Phillies also have a really good pathway to scoring early here. And look, they don't score much when it comes to at home with a .57 runs per first inning average at Citizens Bank Park, where maybe you think, okay, they'd have a pretty good opportunity of scoring in that hitter-friendly park. Let's head on over to Odd Shopper. You see that there's always going to be some opportunities popping up on Odd Shopper. I want to hit the first inning money line here and see where we are with a little gap between the Phillies and the Nationals. Now, as you can see here, this is pretty significant, minus 150 to a plus 120 difference, and that's where Odd Shopper's metrics are pretty important in at least establishing how wide of a gap the site sees it with all the different metrics that they're pulling. So the Phillies as a pretty significant favorite to win the first inning, all of a sudden now starts to make a little more sense when you go back and see that at minus 130, knowing that that gap is a little more narrow here. But really, we're targeting 2 bad pitchers, 2 guys that have struggled all season, 2 pitchers that are just not going to be great, especially against opportunistic lineups. Be it the Phillies, granted, without Bryce Harper, they still have some pop in that lineup here. It's not just Schwarber hitting multiple home runs at a time. And then on top of that, we see the Nationals, who despite, again, some recent struggles, have consistently scored in the first inning on the road to the point where they're atop Major League Baseball. All right, let's go to our second game. But before that, we keep telling you about what's happening at BetMGM. You should be taking advantage of this if you haven't already. My goodness, what's wrong with you? Seriously, this is a no-brainer free money offer courtesy of BetMGM that we're giving back to you. So this is how you do it. It's really simple, right? Sign up with the link below or use our promo code OSNRFI, like Odd Shopper, no run first inning, OSNRFI. That easy, that simple. When you sign up, deposit at least $10. Now, take that $10 and bet on any baseball game, any MLB game, win or lose. That's $200 right back into your account. So again, because I really can't make this any easier, It's as simple as clicking that link below, signing up with our promo code OSNRFI, depositing at least $10, and then betting on any MLB game. And again, you take that 10 on any MLB game, and guess what? You're going to walk away win or lose, which is huge here. Win or lose, you're going to walk away a winner, and that's $200 in your account. All right, first play was the Washington-Philadelphia game. Now let's go to, it's going to happen. It happens a bunch, although it used to feel like it happened every single weekend. Sunday Night Baseball featuring the Yankees and Red Sox. Throw the records out. The animosity exists. It's the Yankees. It's the Red Sox. That doesn't change. For us, all that really matters here is the first inning play. And you see at minus 120 for a no, that's where we're playing it. Now, how we get here is a little different than the previous game, right? The Yankees continue to be one of the best teams across all of MLB in limiting first inning runs. What does that mean? They surrender just 0.28 runs per first inning on the road. That compares to Boston, who gives up over a half a run, 0.51 runs per first inning at Fenway. So the Yankees, they score about 0.57 runs per first inning average on the road. That's pretty decent. Boston, though, they struggle at home with a 0.38 run per first inning home average. So neither team has scored one in the last game. That's interesting here, something that we're going to look at with OddsShopper as well. And then you've got Garrett Cole against Josh Winkowski. I think there's going to be a lot of Ks, to be honest with you, in this lineup here. And Garrett Cole is one from an individual standpoint. I would have no problem building a nice little K ladder here. With that said, both of these guys are going to get out untouched in the first inning. Winkowski alone has held opponents scoreless at the first inning in all three of his home starts this season. So each and every home start at Fenway, guess what? Josh Winkowski has done it. So I don't have as big of a concern with Garrett Cole as I do his counterpart for Boston. And that's what brings us back, as you can see, to that no minus 120. Yeah, both teams, including the Yankees, especially the Yankees, really good at limiting opponents in this circumstance here. So I want to take advantage of that, including that pitching matchup as we just saw. All right, so that's the second play. And as you saw, no minus 120 is going to be that one there for the first inning with the Yankees and Red Sox. Let's go back, though, to our main site and get our third play in here. And we're going to take the Padres Giants. Excuse me. That's mainly the best place to target. And why is because the Giants really have the heavy lifting here. The Padres have a pretty easy pathway to scoring a first inning run. Outside, you may swallow a bug on the lake. You never know. Yes, plus 120 is the way to go here. Why? Well, it's simple. We're not going to overthink this one. Looking at where we are, and OddsShopper again, let's go to OddsShopper and see how wide this gap is between these two teams. And you can see right now, minus 130, plus 100 is a pretty standard gap for two teams that are good. In this case, both are, with a home field advantage, if you will, in the first inning. This is not a pitcher advantage. This is nothing specific outside of the Padres getting a little bit of bump because they're at home. Now, when you look at the numbers itself, there really isn't a discernible advantage because both Logan Webb and Joe Musgrove are two of the best pitchers, better pitchers at least, in all of baseball. So let's go back to BetMGM and see how we get here to our plus money, plus 120 play for, yes, there will be a run in the first inning. Mentioned OddsShopper, the gap there. How about this? The Giants enter tonight. They give up 0.51 runs per first inning on the road. That should play nicely because the Padres scored 0.56 runs per first inning at their home ballpark. But despite the Padres giving up just 0.33 runs per first inning to visiting opponents, they're giving up an average of 1 run in the first over their last 3 games. The Giants, they only average 0.38 runs per first inning on the road, but they have a 0.67 average over their last 3 games. So both teams are playing a little bit above their average for the season over their last 3 games, and that is a targetable, that is a bettable trend that we want to surround and then attack here, especially at plus 120. on BetMGM. So let's run it back here for you so you can see our ticket. No, we don't want that yet. We just want to show you our ticket. And it's very simple. Yes, there will be a run in the first inning. No, there will not be a run in the first inning. First one, Nats, Phillies. Second one, Yankees, Red Sox. Yes, there will be a run in the first inning for the Giants and the Padres. Those are your three for Thursday night. We'll be back to start the weekend, of course, on Friday. Hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed here to the Odd Shopper channel. Oh, by the way, that no-brainer offer for BetMGM is still here now. I just don't know how long it's going to be here. So you see it, I'm looking at it. Click that link below and use our promo code OSNRFI. Either one's going to take you to the same spot, the same opportunity. Deposit $10 at least when you sign up. Play any baseball game, win or lose, $200 right back into your account. That's a no-brainer free money offer for you, courtesy of BetMGM. I'm Eytan Shander. Enjoy the games.